This is the bottom of the periscope, and it's wired up to the laptop. So I can turn it here a little bit. About 360-degree view. Turn my light up here. There's the clear back light on the truck. All the lights covered up down here. Everything's batteried up to run all night. Not a bad picture. I don't know what it looks like on here, but the picture's pretty good.
Robert Cox, what's up, man? Back here in Uwharrie, going down this trail. I'm trying to change out my trail cam cards in the dark tonight. See how good my skills are. Robert Cox, what's up, man? Back here in Uwharrie, going down this trail. I'm trying to change out my trail cam cards in the dark tonight. See how good my skills are. Yeah, I'm trying to sharpen up these night skills a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty early. We'll see what happens. It's probably going to take me probably 4 or 5 hours to make the turnaround, so I'll give it plenty of time for something to happen. I ain't in no hurry since I'm in the dark. I'm just going to take it nice and easy. Yeah, it ain't too bad. I'm sweating a little bit. But it ain't too bad at all as far as the heat goes. Oh yeah. You're gonna get this thing going, get it up and get it in. I heard what while ago sounded a little bit like it sounded like a pump. I don't want to just go out and say a wood knock, but it was a pump. kind of a high-pitched pop. I don't know. Maybe like a twig snap or something like that. Pretty quiet out here tonight. You can about hear a pin drop. I thought it would be. I'm sweating a little bit. Go ahead, girl. You good? Well, even though I'm going deep out here, I shouldn't get lost because I know this area about as well as any. Showing you what it looks like right now without the lights on. I don't know, Uwharrie's kind of got that feeling in the air right now, like it's time to get it on down here. The thing I like about this is you got the woods all to yourself. Well, this as far as I know I do. Around this little curve right here, I've heard a whole lot over the years. Tree breaks, tree falls, grunts. The dogs went crazy at different times right around this little curve for some reason. Hey, Tratina, what's up? You doing good today? How's my best bud doing? I'm ready for action, Tratina. Me and Bob are at Uwharrie here in the van, and he set everything up to run through his laptop in the van. So I got a couple of trail cams out deep in the woods, so I'm headed out here, try to test out my night skills in the dark and see if I can retrieve them, change the card out, change my battery out, and get back to the campground alive. So ain't got no gun, ain't got no bear spray. All I got is my natural skills. What's up, Brian boys? How you doing? So far, I heard like one little pop since I got my back before I lose it. It's going in and out, so I hope you're seeing it okay. But after about a mile, it'll go out for good. So I'm just walking this section, letting you guys see a little bit of what I'm doing. Just going to try to change out 2 trail cameras back here. I also have 2 brand new trail cams in my backpack, and I'm trying to decide if I want to leave them out here, or I may put them about 200 yards from the camp when I come back and just deploy them for the night. And I'm kind of deciding what I want to do with that. But these 2 trail cams have been out here probably for about a good, I'd say 3 or 4 months since I've changed them out. So I should have some decent documentation on them. Yeah, the weather's good tonight, Brian. I'm sweating a little bit. The cicadas aren't too bad either. I know up in the mountains the cicadas are still pretty loud, but they're not really all that bad. I hear the crickets over everything else. When we were at Standing Indian maybe 2 or 3 days ago, the cicadas were real loud up there, but I don't hear them too much down here. Somebody needs to come up with some kind of super antenna so I can go all the way back in here and keep my signal alive and not lose it. Overall, Uwharrie's got a good signal. At least from this point, about a mile out, the signal's halfway decent. So I'm probably coming up on probably about half a mile from the campground, maybe a little more. But this is the Uwharrie Trail, just off of Uwharrie Road, headed towards Tower Road and Lovejoy, kind of headed up towards where the dark mountain is. Right then, you ought to see the setup Bob's got in the van. He's hooking that flare up to the top of the van and watching on his laptop, kind of like the FBI with the surveillance van. It's a pretty cool setup that he's got going. The picture looks great on there. He's just got to iron out a few bugs, and it's going to look pretty doggone awesome. It might make me finally want to break down and get a laptop myself and see if I can get that hookup. That'll come in handy in the winter when it gets real cold. You can drive out to a campground or drive down a forest road next to a field and stay in your vehicle and do some great squatching like that. Turn it 360 degrees all the way around. Get a great picture. You can't beat that. Of course, you can't beat being out here working hard either, sweating. I love the woods. Me and Fendi just going to take our time out here. So I might lose the signal maybe within 100 yards. I'm figuring maybe 100, 200 more yards and I'll lose the signal. But when I come back through, I'll go live again. But hopefully maybe I can keep it longer than that. Maybe if everything lines up right. It's a clear night. Sometimes I'll cut the signal for a little longer past this point I'm coming up to. Which I think I don't need any hot coffee right now. It'd burn me up. But I bet you when I get back to camp, and I sit down, I bet you anything I get cold then. That's just the way it is. One thing about being out in the forest at night, if you're around a lot of trees, so on and so forth, it seems like it's a lot cooler and it can get cold pretty quick. Most of the colds that I get, I don't catch them in the winter. I usually catch them in like the summer and fall, being out in the campground all night long. It gets a little bit colder than you think it is, or than you think it will get. Now, an interesting thing is where I got my flashlight pointed, there's one private property, and they got a key to the gate, so they actually use the Uwharrie access trail, to get in and out of their house. And these folks, right, me and Bob have walked through here with no lights on, and like 3 or 4 in the morning, and it's like bam, bam, bam. These people are shooting guns, and I don't know what the heck they're shooting at. And I met the lady one time and talked to her for a while, and I happened to have my Squatch hat on, and she kept looking at my Squatch hat, and she actually invited me to come over sometime. And I said, okay, I will. And I hadn't seen her since then, but I've always wondered from their property. Also, at this point right here, and I got this on film, I had 2 rocks fly over my head. I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago when I was walking Fendi and Gotti through here. I mean, they flew over my head. They cut the leaves off. I think it was a squat. I'll never forget that. It's just like when you just throw a rock real hard down a mountain, how it hits the branches. Except this wasn't down a mountain. This was, this is fairly level ground on top of this ridge right here. So I always think about that when I come across this part of the trail. Yeah, I'm going to lose this signal for too long. This tree has been sitting on that tree and making a little arch right here for a long time. I remember when it first fell up against it, maybe 5 years ago. Hey, Stacy Bennett, and one thing I've been thinking about is maybe just going ahead and putting the money down and get one of those 10,000 lumen flashlights. Maybe I don't need to go that far with it, but I agree, having better illumination can help with these night videos. Of course, you can also say that if you walk through the forest with a 10,000 lumen flashlight, you'll scare every damn thing away from squatches. But I know that it would make for a better viewing experience with better illumination. I've also thought of coming up with a rig and maybe getting better ambient light by using 2 or 3 lights at one time, and that might light it up a little bit better for everyone to see when you go live. So I've been keeping that in mind, and maybe in the future I can improve that without scaring my dig on the trail, if that's exactly what they are. I don't know. I hadn't seen that previously, though. Okay, girl, come on. So I'm getting to a point now. I've got a trail camera close to where I'm at. I'm going to go past it, though, and go to the deeper one, and then come back and get this one. We're coming to the drop-off where the fern forest is. We're coming to a fork in the road. And you can either go down to the fern forest, or you can stay on the Uwharrie trail and go to what I call the crossroads area. And it's got 2 big fields, and it's actually got 4 ways you can go. And I've only been one way down to them fields, but you got a trail this way, and you got the trail going down the hill to the fern forest, where we've had a lot of things happen in the fern forest area. But I'm not going to go down that way. I'm going to go this way and stay straight. So we'll see how much longer. A lot of times my signal will conk out right here. I would say my trail cam is probably, I don't know, probably maybe 2.5 miles from here. I think I went about a mile. I would say that sounds about right. Maybe 3 miles, so. And then the second fern forest area is about 1/2 mile from where I got my trail cam at. Oh yeah, I mean y'all are definitely welcome to go out with me and Tim. Tim's told me a little bit about you. Yeah, you're definitely welcome. We're gonna have a great time. It can really cover some ground. I really bragged a whole lot about how I could go up and down the mountain, and I didn't think a lot of people could follow me up and down the mountain, but I'll be damned, I can't hardly follow Tim Dills up and down the mountain. So that kind of humbled me a little bit, because he's basically lived and hunted and lived off the land for most of his life. And, you know, I'm really impressed with what I mean, there's a lot of talent in this small little group. There's a whole lot you can learn when you hang out and squatch with these guys. You know, Doug Teague don't talk a whole lot, but Doug Teague knows a whole lot about squatching too. He's just not a big talker, but you got a ton of talent, and certainly Tim He's right up there in the top as far as all that goes. And do some squatching with us, that'll be great. You got Robin Moonshadow in the group too, and she has a great knowledge of Bigfoot and little people, so I think Bob's just done a great job putting Dirty South Squatching together, keeping it small, but having a lot of talent and diversity in the group, so. Yeah, Tim, I'll say Tim's the man. He's the man in my book. So this was here last time I came down. I don't know that this would be, squatch. But you also see big ones that are on this trail now. I go to other trails, I don't see so many breaks as I do out in Uwharrie, and then if you look off the trail, you might see another one 50 yards down the trail. I mean, is it like an arrow pointing in a direction? Now, a couple times I try to connect and follow them. And one time in particular, what looked like a Bigfoot trackway in the leaves, and I followed it a short distance, and I got kind of a funny feeling, and I broke Fendi and Gotti off. Gotti was really into it. I don't have Gotti now. He passed away a few months ago, but Gotti was really getting into it, and I couldn't hardly pull him off, but I just got a feeling. But there ain't too many times when, I've seen something like that and I'll pull it off. I'm usually pretty. One bad thing about the Uwharrie Trail, though, is you can't hardly, they don't mark it real well. So you kind of have to know where you go. And you hear a whole lot of people come by and say they get lost in Uwharrie, because there's so many damn trails connecting, and they don't really blaze these trails that well. I hadn't seen a blaze on this one in a bit now. Bob, I think my signal's gonna go out, Bob, in a little while. I don't think I'm too far from it going out, but I'm headed towards the Crossroad Fields where I got that one trail camera. I'm gonna change it out and then just turn around, head back, but I probably got about 2.5 miles to go out there. So I'll hit you up on the radio in a minute and see if we got a connection on the radio. But it's been quiet out here so far. Really hadn't heard too much, except for one little pop. Other than that, I hadn't heard anything, and that was a while back that I heard the pop. So. I just love the sound of them crickets, man. Bob, when you can hear the crickets over the cicadas, I love that, man. I just love it. I mean, that just relaxes the heck out of me. Right there is your double elbows. Elbow one. And elbow number 2. Pretty sweet. Looks like something's coming off right back in there. It's pretty good size. I see a hole through the woods right there. Coming down into here. It's pretty cool. Now I'm passing a lot of spider webs coming up through here. There's ain't nothing to it but to go over it, under it, around it. Oh man. Well, I'm making my way to the crossroads. I was live for a little while, and I lost my signal. Oh man, spider webs galore. Some big old spiders in them too. I ain't wanting them things jumping on my back. Come on, go. Ain't wanting them things jumping on my back. I'd rather have a squatch on my back than a big ass Uwharrie spider. All right, made it to the Uwharrie crossroads area. It's one gate right there. One gate right across from it. Trail going down through there. And the trail just came from the crossroads. We're heading down this way right here. And see another tree fall right across the trail right here. Don't block the gate. This Forest Service lot. It's like all this stuff looks recent too. A lot of these snaps and falls. Look at that one. You see that where the white is? See the white? Looks like that was snapped over. Damn sure does. I mean, I can see that pretty good. I don't know how well it shows on video, but that's just a snap right there. It's not a cut, that's a snap. Small tree. There's a bend right there. You'll be able to see that. That tree. Headed down here. Let's go. Headed to the field. Alright, fangirl. See what we can find here. I ain't seeing it on any of these trees. I hadn't changed this one out before. So I placed it here one time. I hadn't been back out here at all. I thought I had gotten to the right tree, but I don't see it on there. Pretty sure it was right in this spot right here. This is the second fern forest area below the crossroads. Seems to me I'd put it right here on one of these trees right here. I ain't seeing it nowhere. Let me get up in here. Just walk around, look around a little bit and see. Indy's got her nose working pretty damn hard right now. She's wanting to pull me up here, but I gotta, come on girl. I doubt anybody would find this trail camera out here. Don't know where I put that mug at. Well, I mean, I think I know where I put it at, but I ain't seeing it. I know it was up on this corner right here on this curb. And I'm not seeing it at all. Sometimes you hide things from yourself, but let me head back and hit the trail. It's been fun though, and the adventure ain't over quite yet. Now, one thing I keep seeing again on this trail is a lot of snaps on this trail. It's a lot of snaps. Maybe that has something to do with my trail cam missing. Here's another snap. And this one's also been snapped. And it's right across the trail right here. And that one's been bent. That was snapped. That's bent beside it. Covering the trail. And then this one over here, it's also been snapped. Better watch out, there's a ditch right in here. It's also been snapped and maybe somewhat twisted a little bit. Looks like it's been snapped and twisted and flayed out. And that one's been snapped off. And all this covering the trails right here. So I can't even hardly get through here. So that's what we got going on right here. Come on, girl. This one right here has been snapped too. You got 4 or 5 snaps right here in this one area. Well, here's another bend right across the trail. right across the trail. Hear that, girl? Couple of whoops. Dog. It's far away too. That dog's being loud, but that's pretty damn far. So here's another bend across the trail right here. Hear that water down there running. Hey, some big spiders out here in Uwharrie. Check this baby out right here. He is big. He's a big old boy. I'm not going to get too close though, but there's a whole lot of these on this trail. They're nasty looking. I'd hate to get bitten by his butt. I would hate to have him bite me. Uh-oh. Shit, where'd he go? I don't know where he went. Hope he ain't on me. Every time Finn does that, I think about her and Gotti flopping down and doing that. You okay, girl? All right, we headed back. We didn't find the trail cam, and it was kind of a bust. But I'm out here squatching in the dark. It's 11 o'clock. Been out here a couple of hours now.